Okay, I got Happy Mail. I thought I was going to get this yesterday, but I looked in my cart and I realized I didn't buy it yet. So I bought it yesterday. It arrived this morning. Okay. And I got the Doodle Knit Directory by Jamie Lomax. 200 mix and match motifs and patterns for knitted accessories. So in here, you get a ton of these patterns. You get the patterns to make the mitts, the gloves for adults and kids, stockings, socks, the infinity cowl, the regular cowl, hat, and the scarf where you just knitting around but don't join the ends. And it's really cool because it's got a lot of tools. I could have freaking used this the other day because I was trying to remember that hack. Do you remember that hack or thing that you do where when you're trying, I am the worst at the long tail cast on because I seriously cannot gauge how long. And I do the whole wrap the yarn around a bunch of times and then times that by whatever, but it never comes out right. And I always have too much of a waist tail. And I heard that you're supposed to take the yarn with a little bit of tail hanging off, put it on your forehead, and if you're making a hat, you wrap it around your head 3 or 4 times. And then that will be the cast on that you need, because then you just pull down the other side. But this probably would have helped me because, the whole measuring thing. But it teaches you how to make all this stuff. It teaches you how to do the doodles. I love this on your color theory kind of stuff, like putting your color, your accent color, the colors that are, one shade down or in that same shade range. It gives you different patterns. It gives you all these doodles, which I'm going to speed through. And then, like I said, it gives you the patterns to make the doodle scarf, the hat, the cowl, another headband, the gloves. It gives you all these tools. Oh, that's the pattern I'm going to use right there. This. So instead of this giant, there's a maple leaf that I started using. I started doing a hat with chunky yarn for this, and you see how big it is in my hand? Well, when you use chunky yarn, that leaf is this big. That's enormous. It's bigger than that. It's like this big. And my hats are usually not as tall as that. So I ripped this out, and I am going to do this one in orange. And the yarn I'm using is actually a black tweed for the background. And then I will knit this onto it and look like a little leaf. Little socks, doodle socks, kid socks, little techniques and things. This book is super cute. There are ones in here I don't think I have yet. Oh, there's a ladybug. Oh, see? I would recommend getting this book. It was not expensive. I think it was like $15, $10. I didn't really look. I just kind of bought it and was like excited for it to happen. Colorwork, motifs, patterns for endless customization. Yeah, you definitely need this book if you like doing color work because it's super fun. And I have so much graph paper and I still have yet to design my own thing. But I also have an app on my phone called Pixel Art, I think it is. And you can touch the little squares and color them in and do your own charts. But it's not for that, it's for coloring. But I just love some of the ones that I see so much. Like, I love all of this. That is such a... See, I wouldn't have chose those colors together. I'm really bad at color theory kind of stuff. I buy things that kind of change colors by themselves. But this will definitely teach you everything that you need to know. And I've already bought, like, I want to say $120 worth of doodle cards. But this has more in it that I don't have. But this is going to be... I'm going to read this like crazy. Look at all those beautiful yarns. Let's see. Which ones are your eyes drawn to? Mine is drawn to this blue, that purple. Pretty much this is my color range from there to there. Anytime I buy yarn, it's always there. Any of these. And then I don't really do any of this. I always do go for this orange, though. That's very strange. I always gravitate towards this Day Glow Tangerine-y, I don't know what I would call it. this kind of orange, but generally my color range is here to here of yarn I buy. One day I'll just have to get, I have some yellow, I guess, but I don't really use it. But there are so many things to play with in here. Tips for better color working. It teaches you your floats and all that kind of stuff. You need this book. You need this book. The headband. I didn't know about the headband. I didn't know you could make a headband. I thought it was a different kind of headband. And then you got your infinity scarf. Not the infinity scarf, the tube scarf. Anyway, just wanted to show you. Bye!